As an entrepreneur, one of the main objectives of an entrepreneur would be to find good team leaders for their teams. And that's precisely what I spent most of my formative years doing, is to look for good team leaders for my teams. When I looked for people, I really didn't look for big degrees from large institutes, but mostly attitude, because I think skills can be taught, but attitude is something that is very inherent. And I always looked for people with the right attitude, people who say, I can do it, I will never give up, and things like that. So in doing that, I did get some very motivated people who, of course, later I sent them to Ahmedabad to do an executive MBA. Because once you know the person has a right attitude, like I said, skills can always be acquired. And in connecting with my teams, of course, one of the major, which was the major objective, to keep them motivated, to build a trust. I think in a corporate world, it's important to build trust with your people. So in order to build trust, of course, there has to be, it's an ongoing process. Have meetings with them, regular meetings, a clear communication to them as to what you expect from them. Constant meeting with them and telling them or reiterating the objective with which we started the organization. It is important to revisit the reason, the purpose with which you started the organization. Obviously, it was not just to make money, but there is something more to it. And that reiteration also helps keep them in line and connected to you. I've always told my teams that even if you fail, don't worry. Just take the decision. Not taking a decision is not a good idea. Taking a decision and failing is always better. What is important is how you pick yourself up and get back on track. And you know, through these kinds of exercises, spending time with them, I have connected with the teams regularly and built a kind of trust with them. And of course, what is very important is to have women members of the team, just for diversity. And my spiel to them always was my own example, that, you know, women as leaders, in the old description of what good leaders are, is, like I said, aggressive and power wielding. But fortunately, with globalization, the definition of leadership is changing. Today, definition of leadership also includes compassion and collaboration, which women are very adept with. But I think at the end of the day, what I have learned is that if you want to be a good leader, you must encompass the best of both worlds. You must be both sides. You must go against your grain and also remain instinctive.
Thank you.